since the weather today was, well, not good, I thought I'd take advantage of the afternoon, or next few minutes, kind of put together for you a little bit of recap as to what's happened. It's been really busy around, so just wanted to put a recap video together. So I thought my family's in the house, aka the camper. Hope you can hear me. Oh, I'm trying to get into the shop, and I don't think that's the key. Come on. This one. There we go. It's going to be a little dark in here. There we go. Since the fam's in the house, aka the camper, I thought, man, you're a little bit. I don't even know. But I thought since they were in the camper, I thought maybe be a good time to just, you know, get you up to speed as to what's been going on. So yeah, I'm currently in the shop. I don't think any of you have really seen this space yet, which is great because there's not much to show in here. A lot of what happens in here is maintenance on things, of course, welding, cutting, that kind of thing, and whatnot. So let me catch you up to speed as to what is going on in the life of us as the Dennis fam, as the farm that we work on, Fairhaven Farm. Let me just catch you up to speed as to what's happening in our world. All right, so I thought I would take, like I said, I thought I'd take the afternoon just to maybe catch you up on a few things that's going on. The weather outside today is really crappy. We had a beautiful day yesterday, sunny, 60-ish, something like that, mid-60s maybe. And today it is, it might look bright out there, but it's not. It's not pretty. It's really windy. It's been raining since, I don't know, sometime in the middle of the night, I think it was raining. So anyway, just wanted to catch you up to speed as to what's going on. I know it's been crazy. I haven't made a video in a while, in several months, or several weeks. So I wanted to just take a minute and just kind of catch you up on what we've gotten done. I've got a few video clips that I'm gonna kind of interject in here as like kind of the filler, the content of this. So the things that we've gotten done over the last several weeks is we've worked a lot of ground. I would say that 95 to 98% of the ground that we farm has been worked. I would think that 30 to 40% of the soybean crop that we will farm this year has been planted, and that's all been within, like, we did soybeans I think in 3 or 4 days. So we've really been trying to do our best to kick butt on that. But we've worked a lot of ground. I had both my boys with me at different times. I got a picture of Vaden. I thought I had a video of Vaden, you know, working ground with me, running the disc and the harrow, and that particular day, it was bad conditions, and so he ran the tractor a little bit, and you can see in this picture that the disc and the harrow that he's working with is it's I think I said something like 31 feet. I think it's 32 feet, so it's 64 feet every 2 passes, so down one side and back the other, 64 feet. You can cover a lot of ground. We don't massively farm. I think we're like 800 acres here with what we farm. So like that works a lot of ground. So we've worked a lot of ground with disc. We use an implement called the Finisher, and my son Truett was able to do that. And here's a quick video of Truett running the Finisher.
Yeah.
Think I can let you drive on the road?
Yeah.
No. You're doing all right.
Do I slow down?
Bouncing around. You're doing all right.
Do I slow up?
No, we got a little bit left. You're okay.
No.
out of the bumps. So there you go. That's my 10-year-old. He's doing his best out there. Also in the mix of all this stuff, I figured out the auto steer on one of our tractors. We've been having issues with that, and so got the auto steer figured out. Which is, you know, I didn't think I'd like it. You know, I worked on this farm years ago, and there was never a thing called auto steer. This was auto steer. I automatically steered it. So having a computer that will do what is possible, it's absolutely mind-boggling. So we figured that out, and I got a quick video of that, so check this out. Check out what I got figured out. We're doing a little auto steer. Straight as an arrow. Computer's doing the work. Keeping on the red line. Only thing I gotta do is turn when we get to the end. Another thing we were able to get done here is we got some chickens and some cows. Now the chickens are our families, the Dennis family. The cows are Daryl and Linda's. However, we jointly make sure that they are fed, and so the chickens and the cows have been a source of entertainment for us. You know, we lost a few chickens by losing. I mean, imminent death is how we lost them. I believe we had some hungry hawks that frequent the area, and when we first got our enclosure for them, it wasn't as enclosed as we like. Let's just say that. And so out of 12 chickens, we now have 8. So I actually witnessed the hawk fly off with one of the chickens, and I wish I had a gun on me. It's not good. So anyway, we got some chickens and some cows, and hopefully the chickens will you know, earn us some income off of dumb eggs that. Not dumb eggs. The eggs are good, but it takes forever to get the eggs out of chickens. So we got chickens and cows, and that's cool. That's been a lot of fun having them around. We had some wicked storms blow through. We live in southwestern Ohio, a little town called Xenia. Xenia, from what I understand, I used to live here when I was a kid, but from what I understand, the Indians, when they lived here, they called this the place of the devil wind or something to that effect. And so we had this storm blow through. You judge for yourself. I believe it looks like we were about to be eaten by some serpent storm. You judge for yourself. Comments down below. Check it out. But I don't know. To me, it looked like something was about to eat us alive. It came through at about 11:30 at night, and I didn't sleep well that night. So yeah, that put us behind on getting some ground worked for a couple days when that rain blew through. But we're able to recover after it dried out. And around here, we have what's called tile in the ground. It's not like the old clay tiles. While there are some fields that might still have that, we have plastic drainage tiles that helps get the water away from the field, but leaves enough water to, you know, give the plants what they need. So we dry out fairly quickly, and this is relatively flat ground for what I'm used to in the northern, northeastern part of Ohio. So it's crazy how it works, but it dries out fairly quickly. So yeah, storm blew through, that put us behind. So in the meantime, while things were drying out, while the ground was too wet to work or plant, we did some stump grinding. And if you've ever, you know, farmed at all, you know it's important to get every bit of ground that you can. And so one ways that we do that is to be able to maintain fence rows. Doesn't sound like a very important thing, but when you have some expensive equipment and you have to farm right up to the edge, you can't, you know, afford trees, you know, not just scratching your equipment, but you can't afford to have trees that are overgrowing your field. And so we took some time, we cut down some trees, we're doing some property management, some fence row management. And here's a video, just a quick snippet of this. I think we had 22 different stumps that we worked on in one day, and some of them were 2.5 feet across. So that's a lot. It's a lot to kind of chew up in one day, but we managed to make it happen. I know stump grinding is not that exciting, but it is very gratifying when you can watch something that once was there in your way just become chips of nothing. So it's really satisfying when you're doing it. So we're able to do that. After things kind of dried out, we're able to start planting. Daryl has been planting the majority of corn. He put me on soybeans, and we did kind of out in front of the shop here, right out this window. Can't really see it out there, but right out this window will be our sweet corn patch. We got that planted. The majority of it, we have an early corn, and we'll plant a later corn here probably in the next 2 weeks or so. But we'll have 4 acres of sweet corn, and sweet corn is something that Daryl's been doing for years. That's how I actually got started working here, was picking sweet corn with him. And man, sweet corn is a thing around here that the people of this area love and look forward to. And Daryl, he figured something out a long time ago, and we've been putting that practice into effect for a long time about keeping the sweetness of the corn there. And it's very simple. I'm not going to give that secret away for some of you who do sweet corn, but there's something very simple that helps out, and so we've been able to do that, and so it helps out a lot. So we've got 4 acres of sweet corn that we've been able to plant, and here's a quick video of my 2 boys, Vaden and Truett, and Daryl and I planting. There's a couple pictures, and then us on the planter. So yep, there's that. Got that done. Several fields of corn are done. Like I said, the beans are going. They're underway. It was kind of frustrating to me, and this is, sometimes there's no better way to learn than just to kind of get thrown into it. And so I had ridden with Daryl a couple times. We planted a couple fields of beans, and we finished up at 10 o'clock one night. I think there's a video of that. So if there is, I'm just going to throw that in here and I'll jump back in. But we finished up at 10 o'clock one night, got back, and the next couple days it rolled around, and he was like, "You think you're ready to go plant beans?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'll go over and I'll start the field for you, and then I'll hop out and do what I need to do and go back to planting corn." And I was thinking to myself, okay, he's gonna start it, kind of refresh me. He's gonna ride around with me, and then he'll hop out. But he started the field, meaning he just did the end rows, and then he hopped out, and he's like, "You think you got it? All right, good. Well, I'll see you in a little bit." Well, the problem with that is right now, I just got an Android phone. This is the second one I've had. I'm not an Android person, Droid person, but I just got one because the app that we use to receive the satellites for the auto steer, for the planning in particular, needs to be pretty precise. So it only runs, the free app only runs off of Android. So if you're an Apple person and you want to hook up a free app, I would greatly appreciate it, and so would lots of other people, I expect. But anyway, he needed to give me his phone to run the satellites for planting beans, to be more precise. So I have his phone. I have my phone, but I have no way to contact him once he hopped out of the tractor. So he put me in a field. I think the field was 16 acres, so it was small. It was smaller fields. You would think, oh, that's easier. Not so much, because there's a lot of turning that you have to do. There's a lot of making sure you don't have to hit things close to the edge of the field, yada, yada, yada. So he put me in the planter. I went after it in the planter, and it was kind of frustrating. Like I said, I couldn't call him, couldn't ask him. Well, I had one problem that hadn't come up to him, and after I got done that night, he's like, "No, that's never happened to me." So I got one field done. My son Vaden hopped in with me at the second field, which was even smaller yet. I think that was, so I went from a 16-acre field to like a 7-acre field or something, and it's really cut up funny. And then I went from that to like the 55-acre field, and that was a lot easier, just being wide open. And so I got a video and some pictures of that night. And so check out this. This is Vaden and I in the the tractor planting beans. All right, we're doing it. Vaden's riding with me. I am officially, this is my first field of 2020. Actually, this is my third field, but the first field that I've been able to video, because it's been pretty stressful the first two fields, learning how to operate this planter. This is the first field we've been able to get the GPS to work so that the auto steer works. Vaden's not steering, I'm not steering. Let's see if I can do this. This phone back here showing that right now at this moment we got 15 satellites that are directing us and keeping us on track. The computer over here is doing its job. It's kind of bumpy, but anyway, that computer's doing its job. Steering wheel's doing its job. Dadgum, the planter's doing its job. Everybody's working here but me. Just kidding. Somebody's got to drive this thing. Wait a second. That's contradictory. This thing is driving itself right now. But if something goes wrong, it needs a human to fix it. So we just got the planter filled up. We got, oh, there you go. You can see it right there. Nope, that's not it. That's the marker arm. The tractor is somewhere back over my shoulder there that we filled up with. And so we're working. We're in the largest field that I've worked so far. I believe this is 55 acres in this one spot, I think, maybe 60. So we're working, it's doing its job. It's dusty, the sun's setting in my eyes, we got the shade down, and we're enjoying it. So Lord willing, we'll have an awesome crop coming up in a few months. Yeah, that was a good day. That was like thrown to the wolves, but I learned very quickly on what to do and some what not to do. In the meantime of doing that, there's still some other ground that needed worked, and so for planting corn. So it was a beautiful day. The sun's shining, and sometimes these tractors are weird where they sense the outside air temperature, and if it's not hot enough outside, they won't allow the air conditioner to kick on inside. I don't understand that technology, because if a man needs some air conditioning, you want to be able to turn it on and just go right at it. Well, it's not how this works. So it was a beautiful day. It was windy. And really the only way to cool down a cab is to open the window, open the door, something like that to let things in. It's not a car where the window goes down. I mean, this window in the back flips out, the front door opens up, but you can only do it on certain directions, because if the wind is blowing at you and your implements behind you, it's going to blow into the cab. Well, needless to say, I was trying to do this as I was going into the wind, knew that the wind was somewhat strong, so I opened the door, kept the hold of the door, wind caught the door. Bad news for the glass. Started working a field a few minutes ago. This is a different field, and this tractor has air conditioning issues. Well, it had air conditioning issues. What we've been doing is opening up the window behind me, which is closed now, because the dust is blowing from that direction, this direction. So every once in a while, you just open up the door. Well, there's no door to open anymore. I opened it, had a hold of it, and a lot of dust in my mouth. Had a hold of it, and as I had a hold of it, the wind took a hold of it, ripped it right out of my hand, and well, there's the weather stripping for it, holding on to glass. That's something special. Yeah. So yeah, I busted a window out of a tractor. $300+ for that one window. That's not cheap. I'm gonna put that bad day behind me, keep going, because I also have been maintaining a lot of equipment. Because even, like disking and using the finisher, there are still things that need to be greased. You just don't go out there and do it without maintaining your equipment. Maintaining the equipment, greasing the bearings, all that kind of stuff on those things, yes, but also on the tractor. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. The planter, yes, we put some acres underneath the planter, and so those things need maintained. So I took an opportunity on a beautiful morning to update you on what the maintenance, the ongoing maintenance of a planter looks like. So check this out. All right, so this morning just got done doing another round of maintenance on the 1790 John Deere planter. Some things most people don't know, nor do most people care about. On this planter, it is a 24-row bean planter, which can also do corn, which is a cool thing, but we use it primarily for planting soybeans. And so there's a lot of things to do as you work. You don't just put beans in the hoppers and just, you know, go at it. Before we even started planting, we went around to all of these right here. You can see that. There's little bitty things right there on each one of these. They're on both sides. Those are called grease zerks. And every row of this planter has 2 of those. That's a lot. So that's 48. And each row, each zerk takes 3 pumps of grease to fill it. And those keep it lubricated. So those things, those arms for each one of those, they go up and down all the time as it goes over different terrain. And so if the grease wears out, of course, you end up with worn parts. We don't want that. So this morning, spent time doing that. I actually greased the whole thing. There's actually grease zerks all over this thing. Where there are moving parts, you want it to be greased. So 48 times 3, I'm not good at math, but that's a lot. This hand just keeps pumping. Here's my weapon of choice, the almighty grease gun. And so anyway, just bits of stuff that no one really cares about. When you see a big machine out in the field, actually, Daryl is just over this way planting corn as I'm prepping this one. And as you see a farmer out in the field, you just think, man, that's got to be easiest thing ever. You know, you drive that thing across this wide open field, no problem. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more things that you don't see, that you don't really care about, that goes into making sure that a crop comes up. I'm just looking here, for instance, these are your settings for how deep you want everything to come out, your beans to be planted. And so each one of these settings, if they're off, you know, if you have one that's not the same, so all 24 of those have to be set the same, so that your depth is right. And there's other settings here. So you've got, that's your depth for the seed. And then this is your depth for how these wheels back here press the seed back into the ground. So there's a lot to it. I mean, it's just one aspect of this particular planter. There's vacuum lines, there's suction lines, there's blower lines and vacuum lines that blow the seed from those big hoppers down. And I just got done filling those, so they're ready to go this afternoon. So those are both full. This thing is greased. Tractor's oil has been checked this morning, and it's a good day. I mean, it's beautiful. Yesterday was really, really windy when we planted the sweet corn, but hey, you got to keep going. Raining doesn't matter. Snow, there's things to do. You know, beautiful sunshine, high winds, doesn't matter. There's always something to do. You're always prepping for the next season. So when we're done planting, guess what? We don't just fold this up and put it away. There's a lot of dirt on each one of these rows that we take a pressure washer and we clean this whole thing up. So there's more to be done. I could talk forever about that kind of stuff, but there's more to be done. There's more things to do in between the plants, in between the fields. So anyway, just thought I would share, you know, a couple minutes on this particular planter and just sharing what we're doing. Yeah, farming is not just this thing, oh, these guys just, you know, mess around in the dirt and drive big equipment. There's a lot of things to maintain. Flat tires happen. It's not a car where you just, you know, you can pop it off in 20 minutes or less and have it in at this is an afternoon. So we had a tire go flat on one of the tractors and had to take it in town, and I think it was like a 4-hour deal where I ran the tire in town, and it took them 3.5 just to get things taken care of. That wasn't the 1.5 it took us to get it off there. So yeah, that's a thing. It's just, there's a lot of maintenance that goes on. just to keep things in the dirt on top of the soil and make sure that work is happening. So there's a lot of things that go on kind of behind the scenes that no one really sees. Nobody really appreciates until you're here doing it and getting your hands dirty, literally and figuratively, taking care of stuff. But I've done something on this rainy day that really hopefully puts some of those things in perspective. Like, if you're thinking that farmers, they must be just rolling in it. They've got no cares living out there and don't have anything to worry about. Well, let's just put this in perspective here. Here's just a few items that I came up with. I had to make a list here, so I'm going to look down at my list. On the property right now, we've got 2 semis, 4 tractors, 1 combine, 4 automobiles, 1 pickup truck, and 3 other vehicles. We have 7 trailers. That's semi-trailers, and other utility trailers for this, that, and the other. 7 trailers, 3 grain carts, both for harvest and loading up the bean planter, corn planter. They're different carts and wagons for those. So 3 grain carts, 32 engines here on the property, 32. So you think changing the oil in your car is a task. Try keeping up with 32 different engines to take care of. And on some of the tractors, just some of them, I mean, we're talking 5 gallons, not 5 quarts, 5 gallons of oil for 1 tractor. That's just engine oil. So there's 32 engines, 11 breaker boxes, and there might be more. I may have missed some in that count. There are 114 different hydraulic cylinders. Hydraulic cylinders are under extreme amount of pressure, and they help raise and lower different pieces and portions of equipment. They are vital to what a farmer does. And so if they go down, which we've had, I think 3 worked on since I've been here, or they're getting rebuilt just because they started leaking and don't hold things up to the height they need to be. So there's 114 visible. Now there's other ones inside of machines that you don't see, but those are the visible ones that I could just put a blanket count on. And out of all those, the highest number I had was 241 tires. 241 tires on the property right now. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Make that 5 tractors, because I forgot we have one off property right now. So yeah, 241 tires. That'd be 245 tires total. That's a lot. And so when you've got 1 tire that's down, that means that piece of equipment is down. And so you do the math on that. So that's a lot, So there's a lot of cares that farmers have. The 4 cows that we've got right now, if one of those gets sick, it's not like, oh, poor guy, he's got a couple more. No, that is for beef. And so we kind of are counting on that. So we have to take care of it. The chickens, hopefully we don't lose any more of those, because we've put some money up for those, and we want to be able to have some fresh brown eggs here in the next couple weeks and months. So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to take care of. The shop now, thankfully, is empty, meaning there's normally a tractor sitting here that we were working on or something like that. But thankfully, we've gotten those things taken care of. Now, tomorrow, that might be different. We might have something that needs to be taken care of. And in fact, I know of one that will probably be in here tomorrow. So it just all depends. There's a lot of things going on that we take care of and that we, try to do our best to maintain best we can. And we do it ourselves if we can. We do the maintenance. If there's welding that needs to be done, we do that. Why? Because it's money out of our pocket if we have to call somebody every time to do that. So I thought I would take some time to fill you in on things that are going on around here, stuff that we've been able to get done, some fun video clips and some pictures of the chickens, the cows, just being fun, we're having a blast. Is it stressful? Yes. Is farming, come without its problems? No, it's not easy. So it's crazy. You know what? Make that 6 tractors. Actually, I forgot about the sprayer. That's a big one. So anyway, there's a lot that goes on here. We do a lot. We try to maintain a lot. to keep our costs down so that our revenue is good. So anyway, I just wanted to give an update as to what's going on. I hope that entertains you. I hope that I can get some better, now that I've got some fields and some acres under my belt of planting, I want to get some fun video of the planter working. I want to utilize my my GoPro, put him to use on an implement so that we can have some fun with that. So I hope this video has been fun for you. I hope that it's been entertaining. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that if you live in the area, that you'll come out and get some sweet corn this summer. We are really, 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 hoping and praying this COVID-19 deal is over with, so that people can get back to normal. Their lives can get back to normal. And today is Sunday. I really want to go back to church. I really, really do. I miss people. I miss worshiping together. And this online stuff, you pastors that are out there doing it, kudos. It's hard. Everybody's doing it differently, but you're doing a great job. Let me just tell you that. You're doing a great job with your online stuff. But for us people that want to be at church, it's just a minor supplement to what we miss. So keep it up. We're in this together. We'll be back in the worship services together. So pastors, keep it up. Farmers are doing our job to keep everybody fed. Hopefully this rain will end soon and we'll be able to get back there. But hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe. We could always use that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time.